Hours is Steve Rogers. He's a retired lieutenant detective, formerly with the Nutley, New Jersey Police Department. Thank you very much for coming in with us this morning.
You're welcome.
So I'll follow up on what Greg was just talking about, the arrest or the investigation back in 2013, and how there were no direct ties, there was not enough evidence, and so the case was closed. He was investigated at least 3 times, 3 different occasions, and it's a story that we heard also very familiar, what we heard happened with the older Tsarnaev brother with the Boston bombing. So what needs to happen for these cases to not be closed?
Well, what we have to do is change the rules of engagement. Look, this was predictable. It all begins at the White House. The President of the United States has to identify this as radical Islamic terrorism. He has not done that. Now, he also has to treat these individuals, these terrorists, not as criminal suspects, but as enemy combatants. We are at war. The president has to get that message out that we're at war and we're going to use every means necessary to stop these terrorists. Now, when you're at war, that's when you could use the NSA very effectively. As you know, the White House has reduced their capability to collect intelligence. Then we can get local police involved and the citizens involved. It all is reduced to one major factor: the gathering of information and intelligence. And better communication across different agencies as well? Well, a lot better communication, but you need the information and intelligence to communicate. Without that, we're going to find ourselves in this situation again in the very near future.
Steve, it's Greg Jarrett. If you were local law enforcement in Orlando, would you be incredibly frustrated and angry indeed at the FBI? They didn't let you know about this guy, and they had interviewed him not once, not twice, but 3 times. He was on their watch list, he was on their radar, and poof, they weren't paying attention.
Greg, we had this problem before 9/11. I remember when I was assigned to the National Joint Terrorism Task Force, before that was set up, there was little or no communication between our federal agencies, our state agencies, and local agencies. I thought that problem was solved when the National Joint Terrorism Task Force was created. It looks like we're back to pre-9/11.
Who do you blame?
Well, it starts at the White House. The president has to set the tone. He's got to give the orders out to the division, to the criminal justice agencies and the intelligence.
What about the FBI director, James Comey? I mean, he could have done more to communicate with local law enforcement, but, you know, there's this habit at the FBI that you keep everything to yourself, you tell nobody.
Well, that did go on in the past. I could tell you this by working with them, that they're the reason why we have not had a major terrorist attack up till now. I don't know what's going on at the FBI right now, but obviously something needs to be corrected.
All right, Steve Rogers. Steve, thanks very much.